Hello, my name is Albert, and in this video, I'm going to cover how a lot of the funeral homes or cremation societies that we work with are able to add on additional two, three, 4,000, sometimes $6,000 a month in additional earn and keepsake sales, right? And a lot of the owners that I talk to, a lot of times they say, I don't sell a lot of merchandise because families aren't, they don't want to spend money, or they're just going on Amazon and getting earns there. And then usually when I dig a little bit deeper, I say, hey, what is your process like for selling earns to families? And it's something like, oh, they can go to my website and they can browse, they can see all the earns there, and they can, call me for pricing. Or, hey, I have this way for them to buy online. They can just go to my website and they can just pick out an earn and purchase it online. Or, I'll email them a brochure and they'll let me know what they want, and then I'll get it for them, right? So then I'm like, hey, so does that mean that you have either one, the family has to go through a separate transaction in order to buy merchandise from you, or two, they have to do a number of steps in order to buy merchandise from you, right? You see an issue there. And also, a lot of times when it's in person, a lot of funeral directors don't like to hard sell, right? They don't want to become as pushy, which makes perfect sense. So they don't sell earns a lot that time, or they spend so much time on the paperwork. There's not enough time to go over all the merchandise options, right? And we have customers that say that sell earns when it's kind of through the parting pro transaction, when we add the earn on as part of the checkout flow, they're selling earns about 75% of the time. But when it's in person, it's only about 25% of the time, right? I think most people don't want to get sold, they have to buy. So the reason why our customers are able to sell and add on a lot more merchandise sales is because they make it so easy for the family, right? The system automatically brings it up and shows it to them. So here's an example. So here, let's say for example, I want to select the direct cremation here, and next, and then it brings me right into the merchandise selection. So you can see the alternative container kit is already included. I can add one on if I liked. If I don't want to, not a big deal. I just hit continue, right? It's a very soft sell. Say, what kind of urn do you want? So I can default to the urn container, or if I want to add one on, just check a box, it moves on, right? But what's happening is I'm forcing the family to acknowledge that these are available. If you don't want one, no problem, just scroll through. But the sheer number of people that will get offered this will help you sell more earns of their keepsakes, right? So instead of having me jump through a couple of steps to, either go put my credit card number in again or et cetera, it's all part of the same transaction, so it's a lot easier, right? There's no back and forth required. Another thing that we help with is for our customers that are selling high volumes, another difficulty would be, hey, someone bought an urn, I gotta go order it, or I have to hold inventory, make sure it's all kept, that I have the inventory. So we can offer drop shipping. So if you don't want to hold inventory, then when someone buys an urn from you, it just ships to you automatically. You already got paid for it, and then you just are responsible for giving that urn to the family. So yeah, makes it very easy. And the point is, the easier you make it for someone to do something, the more likely they're going to do it. So this is how people sell earns and upsell their customers without having to come off as pushy. Hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.